December is my first week being back in a deficit. We've got full day of eating, we've got some training footage, and then we've got a physique update towards the end. I'll timestamp everything in the video so you can skip around if there's anything particular you want to watch or not watch. You can do that. So let's get started. Oh, great start to the morning. So woke up somewhere around 7-ish, used the bathroom, get ready, all that kind of stuff that humans have to do, and then went for a nice walk with Rach, about 3,000 to 4,000 steps or so. Come back, had breakfast, which was venison burger in thins, which it's like a pita bread type material, but they're only thin, so they're a lot less carbs than normal bread and that sort of stuff. Also had some porridge with some peanut butter, and that was it to start off the day. With that, also had vitamin D tablet and some scissors, quadrangularis, which is a really long name, which basically helps my joint feel better when I'm training heavy. That was a couple of hours ago. Now I'm at the gym, about to warm up and then train. So for during training, what I've got is a can of sugar-free Monster, 30 grams of Haribos, and about 15 grams of pre-workout, mainly because it's a bit earlier in the day compared to when I would normally train. Normally it's in about an hour's time. Got a lot of stuff to do during the day today, so having a little bit more caffeine than normal. It's day 2 of the deficit for me. So I'm sitting at between 2,300 and 2,500 calories, protein 160 to 210. I think I mentioned last week about why such a big range of it. So I'm gonna warm up, I'm gonna use the bike erg, just five minutes or so, get everything moving, and then I'm gonna get on and do this upper body session. So benching, I think it's gonna be a single, and then potentially it might be 5 sets of 7. Not 100% sure, but we'll find out in a minute. As always, warm the shoulders up. Really make sure I've warmed my upper back, my rotator cuffs before I bench. I do it every bench session beforehand. Just been doing a couple of sets. I've been doing, I think I worked up to doing sets of 15 or 16 with the 7.5s. So this week, go up to the 8s. When I'm doing it, I'm trying to make sure I keep 3 points of contact. So my hips, my chest, my forehead, to avoid kind of throwing your head back and helping out with the movement. So a couple of sets of that done. I just realised as well, I was putting together a bin store thing the other day, and took a chunk out of my hands, just a bit of the top layer of skin, planning to tape that up before I bench. Obviously with all the COVID stuff, I want to keep stuff clean in the gym, but like using hand gel between using things stinks. That was the last warm up, 101 for 1. That's probably about an 8. That was 106 kilos. Always feels real heavy in the hands. For me, the weak point is very much off the chest. So now 6x6. I think I'll start with 87.5. Last week I did 5x7. And the last set was 87.5, so dropping off a rep. Start with 87.5 and then see if we can hold that for all the sets or not. We'll see. All with 87.5. Now, some close grip. Don't really know I'm filming. So that's 6x6 done. And do 3 sets of close grip bench. Start with 72.5. Wait, no. 3 sets of 8 close grip bench. Start with 72.5. Try and keep nice and controlled. still scapular retraction, not worried so much about an arch. I've also finished all of the snacks and things that I had, so I'll probably fill this up with a bit of cordial and then water. This is like the strength stuff done now. The rest of it's like bodybuildery, accessory type training. So carry on. So my close grip is not like super close, it's just a lot narrower than my normal grip. If I go in too close on the bar, I end up putting my wrist in an awkward position and I get a bit of impingement there. So I'm about an inch or so outside the smooth part of the bar into the nailing. And just 3 sets, like steady away after 7 to 8-ish, trying to be nice and controlled, rather than doing a proper pause on the chest and pausing, but kind of having it hover a little bit, hopefully. Anyway, this is the 3rd set, so I'll do it. Next is some seated rows. I'm using my old gymnastic grips. I'm doing like muscle ups and stuff on the rings and whatnot. They work just like, I guess they work like Versa grips. Rather than using normal straps, it's a bit easier to just hook it in and go. I don't tend to use them on anything like deadlifts just because I don't want them to tear. But stuff like this, where it's not too much weight, just a little bit more convenient. I hardly do any rowing type movements because for whatever reason my back is already quite well developed, so I barely need to do anything to maintain it. It's all my pressing that I need to spend more time on, so it's just going to be 2 sets of rows. We use the wide bar and straps, hoping for around 10-ish reps, we'll see. Dumbbell overhead press, only 1 set. I'm very lazy. Strength training, kind of want to do as little as possible and still make progress. At least that's the way I approach it. So if I can keep just progressing, just doing 1 set, that's what I'll keep doing, and then eventually add more volume where I need it. So that's why for the bench stuff, I need more volume, but a lot of the accessory stuff still going in the right direction, still progressive overload, so there's no point in doing more. So last session with this, I think I did the 17s for 12 or 13 reps. So I've got 20s, see how many I get. Not too bad. Moving on. Workout is done, and like I said, start the next fat loss. So avert your eyes if you don't want to see me without a t-shirt on. Ready? Still chunky, lots of weight left to go, but this is the start of the next fat loss phase. Now that's out of the way, how much weight do you think I've got to lose to get down to about 10-ish% body fat? Leave a comment below. So at the minute I'm about 85, 86 kilos, so how much do I need to lose? So I would guess my body fat at the minute is somewhere around 25-ish%, so we'll see. Right then, training done. So I'm gonna have now is a few different bits. So I make myself a chicken katsu curry. I cook about 30 portions of it at once using a slow cooker and the rice cooker at home. Put it in freezer tubs and then reheat it. Now this is 2 portions, so when stuff's got BPA in, don't tend to like to microwave it. So separate it out into a microwavable bowl, just half a portion. So the meal is going to be chicken katsu curry, and then also going to have some oats. I think it's 30 or 40 grams of oats with some peanut butter. Doesn't look particularly appetizing, but with having the peanut butter, it makes it a bit slower digesting. It keeps me fuller through the afternoon. And then Diet Coke, just about 30 milligrams or so of caffeine. And then I've also got the squash, the cordial from earlier, and then as well I'll have about a litre of water, and that'll be my next meal. So now it's about 5 to 1, so between 1 and half past I'll eat this, and then the afternoon we'll be working, and then I'll have another meal again about 5, 6-ish. I know the time when I tend to get hungriest, it's around 5-ish, so that's why I've added the peanut butter into this to make it a bit slower digesting. Anyway, I'm going to cook this and eat it. Not sure if my phone recording this has died or not yet, so we'll see. The workout overall was pretty good, decent. Did alright on everything. The only thing I didn't improve on was curls, so can't complain too much there. So I'm gonna eat this, probably sit outside in the sun because it's gorgeous today, and then crack on with work for the afternoon. And I'll see you later. So since it's nice, I have set up myself a little mini desk in the sun. We can have the gym. Here's the finished product. So we've got the katsu curry, and then I've just put boiling water in the oats so they'll cook themselves. Drinks, and then once I finish this cordial, then I'll replace that with water. Sometimes put soy sauce on this, basically if I've been really sweaty and I need the extra salt. And yeah, that's it. 4:30 now, so time for the next meal soon. What I'm going to do is, I didn't walk the dog with Rachel this morning, but I'm going to go with her and walk him this afternoon. So I've just finished doing some work on sleep, which is going to go up for our clients for the Q&A video on Sunday. So worked on that. I'm going to go for a walk, get my steps up to around 9,000-ish, so that then just by virtue of moving around and whatnot until the rest of the day, I'll get over 10,000. And yeah, I got a phone call, so yeah, get it so it's nearly at 10,000. It's everything turned off. Get it so that my steps are almost at 10,000, so that then by the time I finish doing stuff the rest of the day, it will be at 10,000. There's not really any excuse to not get the 10,000 steps, especially when you're self-employed like I am. What I do is with each meal I kind of have a bit of a step target to try and get towards, so that I don't end up really behind at the end of the day. Or sometimes what ends up happening is if like for a few days you get a bit behind, then it can end up where you've got to catch up a lot on the weekend. I do sometimes like going for a walk, but obviously it's better if you're not behind. So I'm gonna go for a walk now and come back and have the other half of that chicken. So I will see you shortly. No, it's filming.
What do I do?
You say hello.
Okay. Hello YouTube. This is Dr. Adam Sawyer's 4th meal of the day, his 5 PM meal. Oh.
Super professional. Go on.
His 5 PM meal. So in here we've got
Don't burn your hands.
Yeah, katsu curry. So chicken in a Chinese curry sauce. Some rice, cauliflower, and egg.
And spring onion.
And spring onion.
And how does it smell?
It smells It smells like someone ate farts, pooped it out, ate that, and farted that out.
Thank you. The last meal of the day is thins with, one of them has got smoked salmon on, one of them has got ketchup and eggs on, and one of them has got ketchup and bacon on. Now, the eggs and bacon one, I think I'm going to make one of the eggs and bacon one together, just an eggs and bacon one. And then the other one, I think I'm going to go eggs and salmon, so there's an eggs and salmon one. And then the other one, I'm going to do salmon and bacon, so it's going to be really good. I'm going to be really happy, and it's going to be great. And then, in here, we have some sugar-free Lilts, because after I've finished eating, I will want to eat something sweet, but instead I have the Lilt, so I don't go over my macros. And I think that's it for the day. So, yeah, here's the food. Oh, this has got cream cheese on. This is ketchup. These eggs are cooked in sesame oil, and that's it. So, thanks for watching. So that's the end of a full day of eating. I ended up with 205 protein, 259 carbs, and 64 fat. The video that you're watching now is the day after. I had a really good squat session. So I worked up to this top set of 170 kilos for 5 reps, low bar with a belt. It's the most that I've managed to squat this year, so very happy with that. I then followed that up with a set of deficit deadlifts. The gym has reopened, and just before the gym reopened, we got some new pieces of equipment. So we got leg press, a hack squat sort of hybrid machine, and then also a new cable stack. This exercise at the minute are deficit deadlifts. I couldn't find on my list of PBs what the best lift that I've done was, so I'm going to count this as a PB moving forwards. I wasn't 100% sure how many reps I was going to get on it. I had in my head somewhere between 5 and 10 reps. I initially thought I'd maybe get 6 or 7 because this is the weakest movement for me in terms of like posterior work. Despite that, I do really enjoy doing them. Quite like doing them without a belt, and it's a decent drive off the floor, I find. So this is the hack squat that we've got. As you can see, I need to make quite a few modifications to make sure I can get low enough down into the bottom position of it. And then now we've got some Nordic Curls, so using the new cable machine so that I can actually do reps with it. And then finally we have some dumbbell presses. So these are incline dumbbell presses. Been messing around using the adjustable dumbbells because our actual dumbbells only go up to 25, but I think these are 26.5 or something for 7-ish, which I was pretty happy with. I'm going to try and look to push this forwards over the coming weeks and months. Anyway, after this I've just got some videos that I was filming for some clients about setting up the leg press and some tricep extensions afterwards, so I will let that roll now. So the setup that I've ended up with, I've got a box with some more boxes underneath so I can have it at like as laid back an angle as possible to get a good range of motion, but then I need to move it forwards because these run into the bottom if I use it just as normal. I'll set it up as normal and show you what I mean. Okay, so this is the range of motion without using the fixed help. Just need to move this down at my reach. So same foot position, similar back angle, range of motion, get to there, and then bars at the bottom. So like this, it's not really worth doing. Even if I adjust the seat up, still doesn't really get any better, it just gets worse. So this way, because the angle of that is more acute, it's now folding forwards, so then the issue becomes the range of motion the other way. So this is quite hard to get into, and now I can only go to here before my legs come into my body. So although I can get down to the bottom here, it's such a big range of motion that's missing. You're going to need to put so much weight on for it to be useful, which is not very practical. So the better option, I think, is what I was doing, where I've got it set back, but then put something forwards, so I can be laid back, so I can get a good range of motion in the hip, but I can get all the way down on the machine. So when doing any movement, obviously you need to decide what the purpose of it is. So for you with the bench press, the purpose of doing your push downs is to improve your bench. So this motion here does not mimic benching at all, whereas benching here, that's a similar plane of motion. Also your tricep is also involved in shoulder extension, which is this movement. So here's how you're doing it at the minute. From here, kind of going down to about there. So one, you don't get full range of motion there, and two, at the top, you're not getting a full lengthening of your tricep. So the way I would suggest you do it is heels back there, have a fixed point that your elbow is going to go to. So fixed point there, all the way down, so that's a full range of motion, and then on the way back up, you're going to come up and let your elbows come forward ever so slightly, so you get your tricep contracting there. So contract, down, back up, here. And the other thing you're going to get there is your lat is going to pull your humerus, so your arm, the bone in your arm, in, like when you're benching. So at the minute, you're a bit rounded like this, so you're going to keep your scapula back like when you're benching. So, and just stick a little bit of weight on this, I'll show you. So here's what yours looks like. This. Wait, no, I'm going to show more like this. And here's what I suggest you do. A bit further back, triceps down, up, let your elbows come forwards a little bit, and then fixed there. You can see my scapula pulled back as if I'm benching. So from there, up, little raise. Hopefully that makes sense, and also hopefully I'm recording.